Hello and good evening. Hello and good evening, friends. Welcome back to the Peach&Smee show. And we have a banger for you today because the boys are back in town all together. Smee got away from the kid for 5 seconds. Good father, though. Good father. We didn't expect nothing less from Smee. Slappy O'Connor still
Forget
sporting
that
that old
kid.
Sanchez up top of his lip. Praise God.
Dirty
And we are
Sanchez.
here. Peach&Smee. Glad to be back. If you haven't already, we're on YouTube. So if you're there, subscribe, chime in, comment, Facebook. We're also we upload some reels on TikTok, and yeah, we're going up from there. So welcome back to the Peach&Smee show. Slappy,
Welcome back.
Smeagol, just give us a brief description of how your week was, brothers.
Go ahead, Jason.
So COD ruined my whole weekend.
I
I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, you just can't find a happy medium. I'm not even that good. I mean, everybody will tell you that. But when you're getting pwned in the butt, pegged by some stranger, it's not fun anymore. It really isn't fun.
I thought we had good. I mean, I wasn't there last night, so I don't know what happened. But I thought we had really good games. And Jason, you had some crazy, unorthodox wins, bro. Like clutches.
Yeah.
If you guys ever watched
You were top of the leaderboard twice, bro.
Jason reminds me of Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa, because you can't count him out. He 1 second he's losing, and he's where's your and whack, sends in the final blow. But that's just a stylistic play. I don't doubt
that
it.
makes sense.
I don't doubt him.
My weekend was great. I'm trying to think. It went by kind of quick. I think some people came over. I went over. We grilled hamburgers at that's what it was.
Not a tequila.
Yeah, dude, we always get together every weekend. I drink way too much.
Well, and let me ask you this, guys. Do you think summer is here? It's but I feel like, at least I'm not sure. Slappy, I actually have your location, which is strange. I have it on WeatherBug, so I know when it's raining up here up north. But Smee, for us down here, brother, I just feel like it's a lick of sunshine, but mostly clouded and rain all day. So I'm it's hard to actually have an outdoor setting at this moment in time for the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I kind of don't mind it though, because I'm trying to get my grass fill in.
Yeah.
So I don't really mind.
Okay,
but,
so
it's been raining a lot.
Just go ahead, Slappy.
Grass even grow down there.
Well, and do you think obviously I'm not going to say who the oldest is here, but anyways, how real? Let's just say in our lifetime, because I watched a little short snippet of which he got cooked the other day, Bernie Sanders and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was all over that man. But how real do you think? How do you think climate real has changed? And if anything, have you seen it in your lifetime? Because I know Jason will argue about blizzards and stuff like that. How you don't see them typically down here. Typically, say so. Do you think that's real? Do you think it's all smoke and mirrors, or you don't want to say global warming, but there's something, because I feel like summer's down here, man. You lay in the street, you're getting fried like an egg, buddy. Fried like an egg. What do you think, Jason? What have you seen in your lifetime span, since you are actually the oldest person here? No offense.
So up north, I do. We used to get blizzards that didn't last 24 hours, and snow would be there for weeks on end. And it would actually start in October or November timeframe and go all the way till May. So yeah, I do see a change, but that could mean a lot of different things.
Yeah,
I kind of feel the same way. Well, I mean, Derek, around here, like Christmases used to be cold. I cannot remember the last Christmas in Texas where you didn't have to put on jeans. Like I wear shorts almost every Christmas now. I mean, sometimes I feel like it doesn't get cold until like January, February now, and it's only cold kind of. It's not as cold as it used to be for sure.
Do you guys even sell cold attire like below 0 degrees?
Yeah.
It's very modest. It's like lightweight hoodies. We're not in what do they call them?
That's August weather up here.
It's kind of. I like the hot weather though. I mean, I don't like hot, but I would prefer. I don't like being all bundled up and cold and everything's dead outside and the colors are just gone, because There's no sunlight. I don't know.
Dude, when I think of that though, like, see, that's the lack of color on the land. The color fills my household with Frank Sinatra Christmas tunes. You understand?
Oh,
I'm all for it. Christmas is my favorite. The winter is my favorite. Fall. If I have to never see another day over 80 degrees, I would be so happy because it's hot out here.
Hell no.
Well, I just think, first of all, we're not even just talking about it. We're talking about 155 million% humidity out here in Texas. I told Jason the other day. I said, "Look, bud, answer me this. Because Jason's always a man of like, how do you guys make it down there? How do you guys make it?
Roofs, yeah.
So, for instance,
how's ice cream stay cold?
Well, for instance, I cracked him off with, look, here's a couple reasons of how you make it. One, if you get a drink, don't leave it in the windowsill or the window or anywhere the sun can touch it. Because as soon as you get back to your car, 15, 20 minutes, that drink's flat and it's no good. It's no good. So you gotta be fast at drinking. Number two, leave your car on. I don't care if you're going into Beaumont, Walmart, for crying out loud. Leave your car on. If you're going in there for 15 minutes, leave your car on. I'd rather have my car stolen than my back being seared to the leather seat of my car.
That's it.
Leave your car on. Jason, how cold is it up there right now? We don't even say.
I want to elaborate. Look, you guys think it's all good in McAllen, Texas. So you guys have Paige's father lives down there, right?
Yeah.
You punch in some key cards. Remember those key card punches? It melted. That's how hot it is down in Texas. No, I don't know why you guys live down there. I really don't.
Well,
everything's great in Texas.
With Northerners, you don't even ask how hot it is. You just say how cold it is. Like it's summer, and I'm like, how cold is it?
Well, so everybody that's on here watching, I want everybody to tell us what your AC bills is a month. Go ahead, Smee.
I don't even know. I don't think mine's that bad because I'm in a new house, so like all of the no, dude, I'm telling you, well, okay, the AC is electricity, right? I'd say like 80.
Okay,
$80. Shoot.
But I need to tell you why though. I'm telling you, it's because I've got I'm in a new house, so I have energy saving like seals on everything, on the doors, on the windows, the panes, everything. and the unit is efficient. It's not like working too hard. So I'm okay. I'll tell you this. My 1-bedroom apartment used to have the same electricity bill as my house does now.
Okay. Hey, so here's my next question. When you go and get an apartment, do you get an outside unit or a middle unit? I'm telling you,
about like a mini split.
They're all outside, really. Well, most of them are outside here. Or at least at my last apartment, they all had a balcony.
Let me tell you something. Last summer, I actually saw a friend on Facebook post a life-saving hack. Supposedly, is what they called it. I don't know what they referred to verbatim, but anyways, the picture was of this life-saving hack for your bill, for your just to keep your house cold, was a canopy over your AC unit. Now, I mean, why
keep it like a shade?
Yeah, but a canopy over your AC unit. Are we serious? That's where the world we want to live in. Hey, man, I'm and I'm spraying water on the coals every afternoon.
I've done that.
Bro, come on, if you got to do all that, just go to not Ohio, maybe a state like Michigan. Michigan's a good place to live. But anyways,
you guys ever come up here during a snowstorm? You guys would lose it. You guys, oh my god.
Yeah, I've always thought it'd be cool to like. Okay, every movie and Derek, you'll probably really like get on with Smee. Show us your face, bro.
Show us your face. Take that.
I take it off. There's another mask underneath. No. Okay. Every Christmas movie, it's snowing.
Yeah.
You know, people go into town and they've got like snow plows moving snow out, and there's snow-covered sidewalks, and everyone's like bundled up. Bro, in Texas, it's just another damn day. And like it kind of takes a little bit of the magic out of Christmas, so I can see that being really cool, like Christmas in Ohio.
Yeah. Eggnog, you got hot cocoa, ice skates, you're bundled up. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the thing though is you don't understand. People don't understand up there. I went to I don't think Slappy was there yet, but his good friend Schnicker Snyder's. Hello, if you're watching, God bless you. If you see this, God bless you. Took me to a little bar, a little pool bar up there, and I mean, it wasn't even Christmas; it was Thanksgiving. And like, I walk outside, and it's starting to, where the treetops glisten. It's starting to snow, and I'm like, guys, it's snowing outside, and they're like, yeah, I hate it. It starts this time of year. I'm like, dude, this is cool. I'm gonna stay outside for a little bit. I was just soaking it all up. But I mean,
it must be nice to be rich and go to like every climate that you haven't seen in a while. Like, you know what? I haven't seen a mountainous lake with elk. Let me go to Montana. And they just go whenever they want. Well, you know what? I haven't seen the beaches. Let me just fly to the Philippines. They're like, oh, I want to see the snow. Let's go to upstate New York.
It would be nice.
Us here, we haven't seen that in like 30 years,
It would be nice. We don't even when does y'all's first snow typically come, Jay? Thanksgiving?
Well, this is why it brings me back to that the initial question, that has climate changed. So I do see that the weather has shifted to almost the end of December. A lot of snow comes in January and February and March now. So yes, remember we used to get it in November, and now we're not seeing it until January. So there is something correlating there that's a little different.
Do you get concerned about the what do they call those? The ice sheets melting? I mean, should that be our big telltale sign? Do you think we're going to throw ourselves back into another ice age eventually? Some people will say yes. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
That might be like the poles shifting, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The accesses might have shifted it off a little bit, but also like the sun gets a little closer over years in rotations because we're on that axis, but. Look, they also said when 1990 happened, if you were in that year, December of 31, they're like, oh man, Y2K, the Maya calendar's end. This is going to shut us down for dark ages. It never happened. I mean, we're 5 years into this now. So
I remember that.
Well, I mean, hey, I
fear mongering. Cool. Yeah, I think the fear mongering is. I believe in science, but also you got to show some facts to what your scientists.
Hey, I'm not against dog sledding to Russia, baby. Bring back Pangea. I'm not against
Balto.
Well, so as you can tell, we're on a little lighter topic. We've been on the political topic for about a dog's age now, and Smee was talking to me the other day, and obviously you got a bunch of people hooping and hollering for Donald Trump to get the Nobel Peace Prize, and I feel like it's a lot more foreign countries, and then some people in this political party. If you're of an illegal immigrant or have a legal immigrant in your family, you're like, nah, screw that. He's ruined my whole year. But do you think that's valid, Smee? Could you see what is your approach to that point in being deserving?
Okay, look. Israel, Palestine, Iran. He's trying to stop that. He got a freaking ceasefire. Putin called him up the other day. There might be something cooking with Ukraine and Russia. India, Pakistan didn't happen. I feel like I'm missing one.
Africa.
Oh yeah. What was it? The Congo and Rwanda. That's a 30-year war that's had like 11 million or 8 million people die. It's like the worst war since World War II, and that's been going on for 30 years. And he just signed that like ceasefire. I mean, bro, come on. And they're all saying, I remember the very first time he got elected, everyone's like, he's going to start World War III. Bro, he's ended more wars than the last, I don't know how many Democratic presidents combined. I mean, the parties have shifted, man. The Democrats are now the warmongers, and the Republicans are just trying to get our country back to the basics and get our economy back up. I don't know, man. I think who else would deserve it more than him? Remember somebody got it last year, a couple of years ago for it was the Chinese. There was some sort of like ethnic, like there was a genocide going on. And somebody, I think Obama did get it. But there was some genocide going on in like China, and somebody there got it. So if Trump has prevented millions of people dying, I mean, why? I know everyone loves to hate Trump, but why doesn't he deserve it?
Here's my thing, though, is that's a good point to me, and this is a little sidewinder. Why don't we double back? Why don't we double back on some of these people that have had either bonehead decisions or just aren't, like, for the Clintons' say? We've never doubled back on them. They've had a world of just dirt and grime under their fingernails, and we've never doubled back. Like I said, Obama sitting there and he puts a badge of honor around Ellen DeGeneres, and then all of a sudden we find out she wasn't that generous. She was actually mean as hell. You know what I'm saying? Do you think we should start? Because some of these people, dude, I mean, some of these you can tie to treason to the United States. You know what I'm saying? These people have done the United States disjustice. You know, I just wish we could double back to that a little bit more and be like, because even, you know, I don't know why Trump hasn't made anything of the Clintons, but we know they're dirty.
Dude, people forget, you know, how quickly people forget. It's just crazy. It's literally crazy.
Well, honestly, I wonder what is going to be. Go ahead, Jason.
Can I add something?
Absolutely, brother.
Please.
So I think he should get the Nobel Peace Prize. And the reason for that is Rosie O'Donnell is in Ireland.
Is she still? Is Tom Hanks still in Greece? Is that dude? Tom Hanks? Have you ever seen? He's a scary character. Like more stuff has come out about Tom Hanks in the last 5 years.
Yeah,
I think Tom Hanks is actually a really scary dude.
Yeah,
he's got so much power in Hollywood, bro.
Yeah, a lot of pull. He's a good actor. I mean, let's look. There's a lot. I think a dark side to Hollywood. A lot of people. I mean, they're actors, so they can fake it. They can fake the funk. Remember the Johnny Depp case when that girl was putting the tears on, saying, "Well, he's abusive."
Yeah.
And the facts. You know, I follow the facts and the correlations, and that's what I try to. I mean, anybody can make up a story, but then there's truth. So the truth actually set Johnny Depp free. So, anyways.
Well, I mean, I just think that you know, Hollywood is tied into, obviously. I think if anybody here says they're not have some kind of ties to the occult or they practice their own, it's very strange. And you've got like the P Diddy parties, and like some of these things they're talking about in these trials, like especially P Diddy's, they're like, well, if you had freak offs, big deal, isn't that what they wanted to do anyways? It's like, wait a minute, we're like, bro. Who are we idolizing in this world?
You know, so here I kind of get that too, though. So hear me out, Smee. Hear me out, Derek. All right.
Go ahead.
You go to a party, right?
Yeah.
They got some baby oil there. Okay. 100 bottles.
Get out. Get out.
Well, I'm just but they stay, right? They stay.
Yeah.
Now, what some of the evidence is showing is that every drink that you had, even water, it was laced with something. Am I right? Is that the facts? Come on, help me out.
There's plenty of girls out there at P Diddy parties that said their lower extremities or one side of their face was like having a stroke, like it was going numb, like which would incentive, you know.
So that's pretty scary. I wouldn't want to go to your house or Smee's house, and he's like, "Here, buddy, have some wine," and then pick it up, and you know my clothes are.
No, you don't open my beer. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. But I think some of these people were trying to be around famous people, and then they just got caught up in it. I mean, a lot of these
100%.
Yeah, and then now they're trying to get some money for it.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, if you're out there doping up and drugging people, and then that's the story. It's the same thing I said. Like, you know, some people actually know what's going on. Some people, like a lot of people, you know, Elon Musk drops the bomb as well. Well, the reason that the Epstein list hasn't been released is because you're on it. But here's the deal: is I'm like, I would be interested to see how many times he went. 'Cause, I mean, look, if it's one time, I could be like, all right, he was a smart man. Because if I go once and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's something and something, and I don't like that. And then now if Bill Clinton goes 17 times, hey, buddy, you knew what you were doing. You know, party, you brought your trousers.
So remember, I talk about like facts, right?
Go ahead.
What was the only president that was on a painting at the Epstein house? Anybody? Come on.
I don't know.
It was Bill Clinton with red
really?
high heels.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a painting with a blue dress. So it just, to me, that's a sign.
That's not weird.
That is
not weird at all.
Come on, that's weird.
It was only men allowed, correct? It wasn't like any women. It was just a men's island, correct?
I think
there was girls there.
There was other women there. I think that that Maxine Waters, sorry, I apologize.
I'm
sure she's watching. She's probably infuriated right now.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Did she die? No, she's still locked up, or she?
She hasn't got killed.
She's protected. She's protected in the inner circle.
They just found who was that? I mean, look, sex, the sex ring or sex smuggling or being a sexual prostitute or getting smuggled into that stuff. Man, they're cracking. The United States is really cracking down hard on that, which I appreciate. I appreciate that move, getting some of those young people out of there.
You think that's probably more of it? Like, I feel like we probably don't hear about it as much because like maybe that's an inner city problem, like a Vegas, Miami problem that happens more likely. We're from Coons, Texas. We're just like, man,
I thought Schniga said that like one of the highways there in Ohio was like the number one like sex traffic highway in the United States or something.
77, 77 runs south and north quite a ways. So it's 77 north and south. So it's very dangerous. And that's another thing too. I think a lot of the truck drivers they're so quick, so they're in and out of the state. They're just they're transit people within the state, so they're not actually locals there. They only pass through and they're in different trucks and they only show up once in a while. That is the networking, the best networking system that I would be transferring some of these people.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
if you're a trucker, man, good luck,
bro. I'm sure it happens. I'm sure it happens on I-10 all the time. No telling. Dude, there's been a bunch of robberies on. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I've heard a bunch of like break-ins on like coin trucks. They're like, yeah, man. No, I don't even know. It's just like a truck carrying 532 million dimes. And that's what yeah. Did you see that thing that happened in Texas? They had a coin truck flip over like near Dallas or whatever, and they had the company had to get like a vacuum truck out there to get all the coins because it piles up, dude. You lose 20,000 dimes. I don't even know the math on that. Somebody's smart to do that, but unfortunately, I'm not.
Just add a zero.
Yeah. Well, it's a dirty world out there, obviously. But good men like us. I just want to know what kind of people are you?
Cowboys like us.
Hey, Derek, type in. Can you do something for me since we're in between topics? Type in that teacher from. You know what I'm talking about. We never talked about it. I really wanted to talk about it because as a father and as I have a son. I wanted to get everybody's opinion on this topic because I know it is wrong in all accounts. We all agree on that, right?
But she's so damn hot.
Well, to me, it's like, how can you? A 15-year-old son bangs this teacher that's 30 years old in the classroom while he's getting tutored by this lady, and for 45 times. 45 times this happened while in the school. All right. Well, it came out, and how can, as a father, walk up and say, "Hey, be mad at this young man," but then I'd be like, "Your game's good, bud. Better than mine. I like you're the talk of the town, bud." Anywhere you go.
Which one was this? Believe it or not. Oh, this is what?
Yeah,
this happens more so than not. You know what I'm saying?
It's ridiculous.
It happens more so than not. Let me go ahead and see what I can do to help you out, brother.
Now let's turn the tables. Now, if this was an older man, a 30-year-old man, and my 15-year-old daughter, we would be having discussions. There'd be some discussions. I feel like you're
all right. Go ahead and roll. Is this the one you were talking about? If not, this is just another case.
Come on, I sent you out on the picture on the phone.
Yeah,
trust me, everybody will know this lady.
I get it, but at the same time, I'm sure there would be like some real,
all right, it says a Texas high school teacher accused. If this is not the same, Texas high school teachers are out there. A Texas high school. It's me. I'm going to scroll down, and you're going to be shocked. Texas high school teacher accused of having sex with a male student turned herself in to police this week, 1 year after she was indicted and warranted was the issue for her arrest, according to reports. This person, we're not going to say her name, and you can read it because I don't know the legal information. 35, an arts and language teacher. First of all, you're barely in that school. Arts and language teacher at Barbers Hill High School in Mount Bellevue, which is only a dog.
That's the highest paying school district in Texas.
I want I want everybody's comment once you see this picture because
no, he's talking about a different one, huh?
I think I'm on a different one. I think this is a totally
How can
different
you
one.
mad at this kid?
Share the screen, Derek.
I thought I was sharing the screen.
So here's another thing too.
Let me see.
All right, while all this is going down, imagine if that kid was going to take your daughter to the prom. I'd be like, hey, nope, Emily, and it happened. It's not.
You see the screen
after the day. You better.
I can't see the screen. Jason, can you see the screen?
I can't see the screen.
Okay, it says okay. Let me stop sharing. I don't know what's going on. I had a picture up, but anyways, back to the principle. Okay, so say you found this out. So are you talking about if it's my son, or are you talking about just the general concept in general?
Well, yeah. So let's say it's your son, right? He's falling behind in grades. I'll tell you the background story. You're like, hey, son, you got to get your grades up. I'm going to send you to this tutor. You send this tutor. You send your son to this tutor, who's a 30-year-old, probably ex cheerleader. I don't know.
Say she's smoking hot because that's the main part of the
She's
cougar
smoking hot.
Yeah, she's married, and yet somehow, some way, your son starts railing her. Not once, not twice, but 45 times within the classroom while they're getting tutored. Somehow the text comes out because this guy wants to tattle on her, and now she's in jail. Now, as a father, I want to know. Go ahead, Derek. Take away after. So, what's your next comment? Like, you're gonna be? Are you?
I mean, look, bud. It's.
You go get a beer and a cigar and be like, "Hey, son. Hey, hey."
Is there a term for that? Is there a term for what they call bagging a cougar? Is that what?
Yeah,
I guess that's the term. Yeah, you backed one. Look, man. I just first of all, I'm very Chinese when it comes to this point. I'm very look, son. You brought shame.
Oh, very good job, son.
You brought shame to this family. Yeah, you brought shame to this family.
That's culturally inappropriate.
Well, look, man. I just look. As parents, ultimately, your kid is a representation of you, and so it's just like, look, I probably wouldn't. You got to react how a dad reacts, and is like, son. But we don't know the whole story. I mean, she was pursuing him.
You got the old bull, now you want the young cat.
I want to hear Smee. I want to hear Smee's topic because Smee's always pretty blunt about these things. Smee, hear your topic because I'm like a Chinese man. You brought shame to our family.
No, I think it's fun to talk like we would be like, oh, damn, son, good job. You know what I mean? But like, I think when it all came down to it, we would be kind of like Derek, like, man, son, I can't believe you did that. Like, that's
whatever.
Well, time out. I'd like maybe later.
My daughter.
I think if it actually happened, we would be like that. We'd be the same way. We might not be quite as pissed off as if it was our daughter, because there is something like that guys kind of like we bro out about.
Time out. You said we wouldn't be as pissed off as if it was our daughter.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, I would be up there with a gun if it was.
I'm saying
it's totally different. I think if. Go ahead, Smee.
Yeah. Did you think I meant we would not be as mad if it was our daughter, Derek? I said we would not. We would be more mad if it was our daughter.
Absolutely.
No, I mean, I would be carrying I'd be carrying some gunpowder up to that. You can't even say that, but I'd be carrying some gunpowder somewhere, finding her and him. I'm like, you need to get your woman, homie, because you need to get your husband, sweetie, because I'm about to, nothing but space and opportunity out here. Come catching punches. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think that's one of those things where, like I said, I always kind of view it as, now, Jason, to be fair, let me just go back to what you said. I feel like there's a small part of that dad, especially if it's a son. If it's a daughter, totally different story for dad. But there's a small part of you like, we're going to laugh about this in 30 years. But right now,
you're gonna wait 30 years. You're gonna.
Oh yeah, dude. We're gonna.
As soon as we move out of the town, I'm like, hell yeah.
Come here, my boy. Look, my boy. He was in high school.
Yeah. So now
literally,
you're gonna drink holy water. And now you're going to Catholic school. So, so it's all males.
Do you actually think, like, could you, there's, Smee, I don't think we've ever knew, or maybe Jason, I don't know. I don't think we ever knew of like somebody actually going to like military school or boarding school. Like, all gloves got to come off at that point. Like, have you ever heard of anybody going to like boarding school? Like, son, you are a disappointment. Off to
my
boarding school.
mom threatened to send me to like a military school.
Yeah.
What military school we have?
You want to know why? You want to know why it was? I don't know. She found some brochure. You know why it was?
It always starts with a brochure.
No, yeah, this is how crazy my fucking mom is. Mom, this was what it was. I kept getting on the computer and I was grounded from the computer.
Yeah.
That's how crazy we are in Texas. Boy, you get on that computer one time, you're going to military school. And she was not fucking around. She was serious.
It's only 100 outside. I want you on this computer. Go outside, play some baseball.
I mean, there's some wild parenting styles. There was a guy we used to work with, Jason, that he said, look, my mom was so worried that I was going to end up gay. She gave me Playboy magazines at a young age. And he swore up and down. He's like, yeah, dude, I just, and that's, I mean, if you think that's a firm parenting stance, I mean, you hear some other parents stance, you're like, man, I'm not doing too bad, am I? I mean, I don't know.
By the way, what a stupid tactic. Because if you give your son that stuff and he's gay, he's already gay, and that's probably going to make him gay quicker.
Here's my biggest take too on what we're talking about, right? I haven't we all had sex in a butthole once, like a woman's butthole, a man's butthole. Like it's
a religious podcast. We want to thank y'all for coming out preaching.
I think how like it's a big deal. Like, so my belief says no, you're not allowed to do that, right? But you have all the right in the world to be happy. Now, I don't know if you need to make it publicly for 30 days, but anyways, I'm just saying.
No. So to just round back on that, look, I know sometimes we get on the topic of transgenderism, and I think that is an ailment. I think to me,
I was just kind of relating.
Well, no. I'm just saying because I'm a Christian man that believes in what I believe in. And at my part, like, I can't, so my belief, I can't side with you, but on the rights so we're separating church and state, right? I think you have every right to go do what you like. Nobody should say, oh, well, this person can't, jive with this person because we don't believe in that. Well, that's, I'm like talking about that, just the principle of being in this nation or whatever. Brother, if you want to go love Jimbo, go touch him. If you want to do that, do what you got to do, man. At the end of the day, just the problem is it's gotten so and that's the thing is like Trump had a large following of the gay community because guess what? He was in support of their rights and for them to prosper. Now, the problem is what we see is the woke media of that. And if you don't agree with the LGBTQ, SRP, then you're a homophobe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Somebody taking my breath away.
No, that's right. You're absolutely right. Like you get quoted as, "Oh, you're a homophobe." It's like, no, I'm not. I don't think that they should be sitting there teaching younger 5-year-olds like, "Hey, it's okay," when they don't even know what.
Dude, we had a candy
bar, and which one's more expensive? What do you think a kid's gonna do? He's gonna take the candy bar, not the $100. And
so we had a coming to like Jesus meeting the one day at the dinner table. It was actually a very strange dinner. That was going really nice, but then kid. Here's the deal: and this is going to light up to a bigger topic because keep in mind this is a podcast. We are fathers. We try to be good men. We talk ways to become that. And at the end of the day, we were talking. Well, we were talking about today that I'll get to after this point. Of saying basically, spit it out, Derek. Spit it out. We're talking about the topic of like porn and the access of kids and phones. At what age is it appropriate for a kid to have a phone? And then the access they grab as soon as they get that phone. And how do you keep them out of that? Well, I had a buddy that shared a very beautiful topic. He was like, sometimes, dude, as parents, we tried to say all that, but not explain all that and the whys and the why not, And so I was talking to my son, And we started having questions or whatever. And keep in mind, this was like a Mr. Beast topic. Come to find out, who knows how many people? I think Mr. Beast has some people on his staff that float the that I don't want to say pedophile, but have dabbled in that with kids. Was it okay? Well, you can enlighten that. Well, go ahead and enlighten that. Since you know the story.
What happened?
It was that Chris kid, he had like a best friend, like literally a best friend growing up who ends up being a trans, like changed sex, and that guy, but acts like a girl, was like talking to like underage boys and shit, and Mr. Beast knew about it. He did let him go, but only whenever the thing blew out of the water. And people were posting about it on YouTube, like doing deep dives, investigations and shit into it. And Mr. Beast literally, this is before he did I think he had like a TV show or something, right? This was before that was coming out. He was doing all these game shows and all this stuff and having people come on his show. And he was doing some shady stuff and there was some weird man love gay shit going on.
Well, hey, so you know what happened over there at Penn State? Who was the big coach that was allowing that?
Joe Paterno.
Yeah. See, I just don't think if that ever happens, I think you have a right and you have an obligation, a moral obligation to be like, look, there's something that's not right in my book.
There's some weird shit that goes on because the same thing was going on with Howard Weinstein or Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, Harvey.
Like he was really powerful. This coach at Penn State been there forever, really powerful. Yeah. Mr. Beast, really powerful. People just don't say anything because money.
With Joe Paterno, I don't know if
you're absolutely right.
With Joe Paterno, I don't think it was actually Joe Paterno, but the problem is Joe Paterno knew about some of the situations. It was actually the guy below him, the coordinator or something. I'm not sure. It's been so long ago, but.
And I don't.
Go ahead.
Here's my thing as a friend too. How do you defend that? How do you be like,
Jerry Sandusky?
Yeah. And another one is the Olympics, like that Olympic daughter. Come on,
who was fucking with all those girls.
And then she came out later and was like, "Look, this is what actually happened, or what was going on, dude." I'd be furious at the association.
Well, needless to say, Mr. Beast got me in a strange topic at the dinner
Catholic
table.
Church. Go ahead, there. Sorry.
Well, so Mr. Beast got me in a strange topic at the dinner table. And I left the table so mad, and I said, "Son, it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve." And so apparently then my wife had like a session where my son was very disturbed about what he found out to be true and why it was wrong. And so she, I think they even, I don't even know, they may have just talked it out. And, she was like, you can't be so hard on him. I'm like, look, man, a father's supposed to be the hand on the table.
See,
That's enough.
I'm not like religious like that. Like, I mean, I appreciate the values from the Bible. Like, there's a lot to be learned from it, and I don't regret. Like, I love that I grew up in the church. However, I don't really believe in like a biblical God who sits at a throne and damns you to hell for having sex before you're married, which everyone fucking does. Anyways, I just would tell my son, that's just gay. Don't be fucking gay. It's weird, dude. Like, no. I mean, if you want to be gay, I guess I'll be cool with it. But like, I want you to know, in the back of my mind, I'm gonna be like, yeah, my son's fucking gay. Like, I'm gonna make jokes about you, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Like, so you just gotta hope. There's no real reason to say you shouldn't be gay. You know what I mean? The Bible people get to say like, hey, it's against the rules of our religion. I just go, man, that's fucking gay, dude. Don't fucking be like that. So I just hope my son.
Well, and to kind of translate that into more terms that I put it in is I'm like, look, there is a positive and negative reaction. The world's reactions, positive and negative. You get it with what you do, what you don't do, and so if you are a man, and this is going back to the transgender stuff. But if you are a man and everybody knows you're a man and you try to decide to dress up with a woman, of course you're going to get an eye batted at you. Like, it looks just weird, brother. If you dress up as a clown and go into Walmart, people are going to look at you.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm. That's a good analogy. I mean, you're right. People will look at you.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is like, but the thing is, you want attention, but you don't want attention. I don't get it. But we had this conversation at the table, and I was just like, son, get in line. And then it leads me to the conversation I had today. Jason, you had the oldest here, but when is it appropriate for a child or a teenager, so to speak, to get a cell phone, and what are the parameters behind that privilege? Because it is a privilege at a young age. Because you access everything. You access to talk to your friends 24 hours. You access to get on whatever site you want to.
Yeah.
How do you shape that up, brother?
Well, this is a great topic because I think a lot of YouTube. So when you get YouTube Kids, you don't know what they're censoring. And you don't know. When I see a father out there just sitting there with a camera, I think that's child abuse. Like, plus you're making him have a fake reality or a fake reaction or a made up reaction over and over every day because you're trying to get some kind of likes or views. So at 10 or 12, he's going to start getting that childhood fame. Now, I'm sure there's money to be made, but what soul or what part of your soul gets taken away? Now, yes, I do. Plus, you don't know how to teach your kids. So I do have a problem with Easton, who is 4, looking at some of that YouTube stuff, especially when I have a guy that's from Malaysia or some of them other countries that don't have the same cultural ideology as me. And I know that might affect or offend you, but I don't know what a lot of propaganda goes in a lot of stuff. A lot of people look at the news right now, and that's a lot of fake stuff that they're saying, but they believe it. They believe
CNN?
But they're NBC, CNN. But they believe it because you know why? CNN's been on forever. This is where I get my stuff, truthfully things. But I think you should have your own thoughts and facts that you look on the background. So yes, I do have an issue with the flow of technology.
But that's what I'm saying, though. What age do you think that is it appropriate? So if your 10-year-old son says, "Daddy, I want a phone,"
I say 16. I say 16 years old when you start to drive. And anything before that, then you don't know what they're watching. There's unless you're sitting there right next to them watching what they're doing.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, I agree 100%. 16 years old.
Yeah, but so do you think? All right, is it?
I'll sit there on a rant, and you're like, yep, 16.
Well, no. So as kids, when our parents would come into our business, we'd be like, "Whoa, man, Dad just hates me. Dad's trying to tear down my life. He's looking at my phone when I'm looking at this and that." How much and what's appropriate for you to be in your kid's business? Are you going to be all up in? Can we say your baby's name on this podcast?
Yeah, I don't care.
Are you going to be all up in Kai's business and being like, "Son, I don't care what you think you were looking at. Give me that phone."
Yeah, that's just who I am. That's the kind of person I'm a controlling person. So he's going to have to deal with it, bro.
I mean, but
I'm like an Asian parent. What the hell you watch? Give me your phone. You are grounded. Do your math homework. Study your Chinese.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's a difference between a friend and a parent. All right, a parent has to make those hard choices, and a friend's like, you know what? It's okay. Here, you can have this snack at 9 o'clock. Hey,
so those are pussy ass parents that are ruining their kids. Fuck
well, so and I even heard an individual, and we're just trying to milk this cow a little bit more. I even heard an individual that was like, I said when I gave my kids phones, you had a time to turn those phones in, and the only charger for that phone was in my room. And I was like, "Yeah, bet, bro. I like that. I like that."
Well, when you were talking about this, I was thinking, I could see how like some people would be like, well, my kid gets off of school and they need to contact me and I want to know where they're at, blah, blah, blah. And I can put a tracker on their phone so I know where they're at all time. And then they give you their phone when they come home from school. All right.
I don't know. When home from school is a little early, but 9 o'clock, come on, turn it in.
No, dude, kids should not be there. Dude,
go ahead.
It's not happening when parents go to bed. It's happening at all times. I think you're naive if you think that your kids are not going to stumble upon some porn or some weird shit at 4:30 right when they get home from school.
I mean, Jason, we laugh though. It's a reality, brother.
I know, but I'm like, man. I mean, God, I hope forbid he's not knowing what titties are. I know he's.
Dude, 100, bro. I'm telling you, I teach 12-year-olds. These 12-year-olds know everything that we know. I'm not fucking with you, bro. They know every single thing we know.
This is my rebuttal, though, all right? If grandma has LifeLock and all she does is have to pull something when she's like something, I've fallen and I can't get up. Like if you're gonna give grandma just LifeLock and not a phone, then our son can have LifeLock too. Fair enough.
Yeah, but no, I agree. I mean, I just
they don't have to have a screen. Hey, if you get stolen.
Well, keep in mind. So let's take a step back from the topic of porn, because that's a very real that's probably the most common thing you're gonna find. But anyways, you have like the text messages of like, say Johnny down the street got a hold of a bag of good, you know, and he's texting
good, Derek.
You know, some reefer, some reefer to say the least, some left hand, and he's texting your son, and you find that out. Like, and then not only that is me and my wife even talked about, because this is just you know how we raise our kids. So, would you rather be the hub? You remember there was always a hub where kids went to, like, oh, we're going to, you know, Smee's mom's cool, we're going to Smee's house this weekend. You know, would you rather be that hub that takes all the kids in, and then you could at least like and moderate, like kind of watch, like, all right, I know they're not up to nothing, you know, crazy, or would you be like, yeah, man, you can go ahead, just be back by Saturday at 5? What type of parent are you? Because I think I'd rather be the hub, although your snack cabinet's going to be plundered. And the refrigerator's probably going to get left open.
You got to think, Derek, whenever we used to go over to my grandma's house, I had graduated high school and was in college. So when we were the hub, like when because my grandma would say that, she'd be like, I'd rather you drink over here and I watch you. We were like 20 years old, basically about to be 21. Are you talking about like in high school? Like
no, I'm just talking about the general concept of saying, would you rather feel comfortable in saying like, oh, well, yeah, your friends are more than welcome over here. You know, we just got rules and regulations to follow. Or, and I think it may be kind of a lazy parenting thing. Yeah, just go over there. Me and your mom need time anyways. Just go over there to Timmy's again for the 3rd week in the month.
Well, I don't think it has to be like so black and white. I feel like it can be a little bit of both, you know, like kids not like, I mean, my mom used to say, no, you're not going out. You went out last weekend. But well, that's not a good reason. Why, Mom?
These parents. What if you don't know these parents? Though, do you have a problem with that? Like, hey, I don't actually know this kid's parents, or much less know this kid.
Yeah, you got to know the parents. But I mean, your job as a parent is to by the time your kid is going out and doing and running the roads like that, they should already have a firm ass foundation of what you expect and what's going to happen if they fuck up. So yeah, go ahead, Timmy. But you know what's going to happen if you get in trouble. I'm going to beat your ass. And you're going to, you get arrested? My mom used to say, if you get arrested, get ready to spend the night because we are not bailing you out. And like, look, y'all know I'm crazy, right? Yes. I never did a single drug until I got to college, and it was just weed. And I was scared to death of anything else. I didn't even drink. I literally didn't even drink. Like I did a little bit in high school, like senior, junior year, because of the band people I was hanging out with. But bro, we never left that house. We were at I won't say his, our buddy's house. We stayed there. We didn't do anything crazy. We were smart kids. When it came to sex, bro, I strapped up. I was just, and I'm a crazy motherfucker. But my mom
broke your heart and let that hate out.
But my mom was so strict on me, and I knew she did it out of love, and it was intelligent things she told me. And you know, a lot of times I would be like, "This is a crazy rule," but that was few and far in between. By the time I was 16, I knew what was good for me. I could have a phone. I wouldn't get into trouble. If I did, I got my ass beat. I knew exactly why. I didn't hate my parents for beating the shit out of me. I learned from that. I'm going to do the exact same thing.
Well, and so I guess to put a cherry on this conversation is ultimately with kids, you know, you basically have, I'm trying to figure out how to say this because I was looking up something and I forgot. I was trying to kick myself to the next topic. But basically you have, do you respect, because sometimes you see adults, and I've seen adults, and basically it was like, man, this, you know, he's allowing a 16-year-old to drink. And I'm like, but it was in the in the parameters of their presence, the parents' presence.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I don't know if that's right or wrong, because like ultimately, you like kids are gonna get into some stuff. Do you think that's ushering in like
It might be, but
more
I
stuff
probably would
happen,
be.
or do you think like the parents is actually like, look, kids are going to get into stuff. I'd rather have them do it here than there. Jason, what do you say to that?
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Well, look, I didn't really drink in high school, and so.
What'd your mom say? What'd your mom say?
Well, we lived. So here's what happened. Right, she gave us a quarter and said, "Hey, if you get in trouble, go to the payphone." So, literally, we ride our bikes all around town.
You couldn't even buy the drink, Jason.
Now, if you did that now, it's child abuse.
Yeah,
it's child neglect or whatever. So it's just funny. And then the cops, they actually did the policing, so they never gave you a ticket. They just said, "Hey, come on." And it would drop you off at your mom's house and say, "Hey, this is what he was doing," and get inside. No ticket. Just, "Hey, this is your son. This is what he's doing." He wasn't painting a car, but he was driving on the road on rollerblades. So it's just a little different time. So you
don't want. I don't ever want to make like at the same time. I'm not. I told my wife, my kid. I'm a parent to my kid. I'm not a friend to my kid. Now at the same time, I don't want them to hate me or think they can't come to me if they did mess up. But you got to let them know, dad's right over your shoulder, buddy.
Yeah.
No. Well, bro, hey, look, I kind of think of it like somebody was telling me like the foreman out at the work site. A good foreman is going to enforce all of the rules 95% of the time, and that 5% that he doesn't makes you go, you know what? That's a badass fucking foreman. Like it is a dumb reason to follow that rule right now. Hey guys, I know we're supposed to be doing this and this, but right now I'm not watching. And
do you think that makes you more human? Makes you more human?
Makes people relate to you and go, he's a reasonable person. Now the next time he gets on my ass for breaking a rule, I know it actually matters. Let me go ahead and follow the rules. I don't want to piss off John. Man, he's a good foreman. That's the kind of way I think a parent should at least try to be, is like, hey son, you want to have a beer? All right, you're 16 years old. All right, I'm cool with you having a beer. Now if I hear about you having a beer outside of my house, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
Just so they, that's everyone's gonna have their different ways to go about it. Derek, I think you'll be fine, man. Like, don't overthink it. You're gonna let your kids do crazy shit, but they're not.
Who's the best father you know? Because mine's got to be Mufasa. Mine's got to Mufasa.
Well, he's only a father for like 10 minutes, and then he gets murdered. So
praise God. Okay, I'm going to ask you this, boys. I'm going to ask you this. Jason's been kind of touching up on this topic all week. I really don't know the starts or stops to it. Maybe Smee can do some background research while he's playing PoE and podcasting at the same time. Praise God. First of all, this was coming. This was a long time coming. And I've watched snippets and bits of his reels and Instagram tweets, and I'm like, dear God, how cringy can this guy get? His fall just keeps getting worse and worse. And I think we have a new name for this guy. Instead of Liver King, we're going to call him Liver Failure, because that's what his face looks like.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about Will Smith.
Look at his chains. Do you think he put a contact in his eye to make himself look more like an animal?
I don't know.
He's crazy.
Yeah,
well, look,
I still hope. So what happened? Like, so he got exposed 2 to 3 years ago, and now he wants to kill Joe Rogan.
Well, there was a YouTuber, a credible source that I don't know if he was actually a YouTuber. I think he was actually something else in his daytime. He kind of like was a pharmacist kind of guy, and he actually came on Joe Rogan, and
was it the more plate for dates guy?
You know what I'm talking about? It's kind of got short black hair, like some mustache, little beard, or whatever. Like he came on. Let me see if I can find.
He's like a YouTube journalist, right? Like an investigative journalist kind of guy.
Yeah, but wasn't he spending like $11,000 a month on this stuff? That's just crazy. That's nuts.
Oh yeah.
How do you survive?
Y'all should watch the documentary on Netflix. It's pretty interesting with the Liver King.
Is that why he's mad then?
I think he's mad because his credibility is just out the window, but he's still a millionaire.
I know, that's what I'm saying, dude. Give me $1 million.
But dude, it gets very cringy. It's we're not gonna watch too much of this.
I think he's just doing it so that he could get back into relevance.
Yeah, but
it's kind of like Colby Covington was talking to Patty Pimblett. Did you see that? He was talking shit to him, and Patty was like, "Well, he's just saying shit because he wants to stay relevant. He wants to get his name back out in the headlines. It's fine."
I'm about to highlight this clip.
I think Kobe has lost what two fights in a row.
Three in a row. Yeah, that's what Patty was saying.
Yeah.
I'm not like a pro about UFC. I just know from.
No, I'm not. I knew. Once.
Can y'all let me know if you can hear this audio?
We got so jacked.
Yep.
Yeah, we can
I
hear
follow the 9 ancestral tenets.
This is the guy that actually
really well.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
Boy, when I saw that video that you posted, you actually sent me the video after I'd already seen it. I caught it like within 3 minutes of you posting it.
Oh my god.
I saw it. It just showed up on my YouTube feed. I'm like,
We'll just comment on this
yes,
after we'll watch a short bit and then we'll comment after.
And
this is the guy that's supposed to live.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it seems completely makes sense, but that's exactly what I expected.
Yeah, it seemed like just a matter of time for him.
There's no way you can look like
Derek
that in your 40s.
That
jack. I mean, he's preposterously jacked. Do we have a fucking? Now that we know,
yeah, more plates, more dates is his name.
We're talking
on,
about the Liver
Instagram.
King, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people are like, what are they saying? This is all inside stuff.
Yeah.
There's a guy. If you don't know who the Liver King is, the guy who calls himself the Liver King, and he's this guy who walks around everywhere with no shirt on. I've seen him in Vegas with no shirt on, big bushy beard, super jacked. And he was telling people that the way he gets that way is by sunning his balls. He literally lays down with his asshole staring at the sun and eats raw liver and just lifts like a maniac. And that's how he's so jacked. But it's preposterous.
So this happened recently, right?
Every day with
Yeah. Go ahead and comment and we'll skip this ad.
Well, I mean, so this is what Liver King got fired up for.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the lead up to it. All I know is that he said he was going to Austin to defend his family and the 9 ancestral tenets, and he was gonna go put Joe Rogan in a chokehold. Now, first of all, can we just talk about Joe Rogan in a chokehold? Hang on 1 second. Shout out for my boy Tyler Lejeune. Everybody give him a shout out. Show him some love here.
McLovin.
God bless. Hope your woman is doing right and you're cuddling her right now watching this podcast. God bless you.
Hi-yo.
Yeah. Anyways, so he was going to Austin to put Joe Rogan in a chokehold. Now I don't know if you ever seen Joe Rogan kick somebody. I mean, but I've seen him kick a dummy. Let's just say that, and it was whoop-ah! Echoing in the back of the gym, dude. I don't think who do you have in that fight? To be honest with you, let's just talk about that.
He's 5'6". Liver King's 5'6". I want the battle of bombs. Anybody got some statistics on Liver King? He's 5'6", right?
Maybe we should holler at Aiden Ross to make this fight happen.
Let's see. Liver King height and weight.
Yeah, I bet he's 300 pounds, 250.
He says 5'7" with 186 pounds.
186.
So, but it's preposterous.
This is saying
too many
not
polar
saying 6
extremes
foot,
to have just like a unique marketing spin that was just highly viral, in my opinion. And I don't know. I think most people could see through it, but at the same time, he would there was a lot of big names that even reached out to me after the video came out, and they were like, I didn't think he was natural, but this guy literally right to my face would say, like, blatantly, I am natural. And like a lot of people will take a guy at his word when it's like a private conversation. And if he's straight up telling you in person, yeah, it's actually legit, I'm natural, and he was just lying.
Now, real quick, what is
that guy? Come on, if you look at that guy, come on.
Let me ask you this: what is the telltale somebody's on steroids?
Veins.
Traps. I've always heard they're traps. If their traps are like rocks sitting on top of their shoulders, they're lying about everything they said. They're not natural. It's 100% steroids.
I don't know. I was guessing veins.
To me, you just look at them. If they look huge as fuck, and they're old too, like then you're like, geez, bro, come on.
Yeah.
Testosterone ain't flowing like that. Like if they're above 30. Unless they've always been like, there's some guys who they've always had a beard and they've always been hairy and just huge as fuck, and they're like 50 and still big. Okay, yeah. But bro,
what shocks me
how many is the what?
Liver King's decline, bro. When he first came out to now, like visual. If I'm talking about visual, he looks sick. That's why I said liver failure. He looks like somebody with liver failure.
Well, he's
also fucking teethy, man.
There's some people that are really jacked that are natural.
For sure.
Some people that are like super, super disciplined they're taking supplements, but all legal supplements that you can get at like a vitamin store, and they're just like they've never gotten off the grind. And who's that guy, Paul Sklar? Did you comment on him?
Yeah. He actually did blood work like immediately after I had talked about it one time.
Do you think all bodybuilders should do blood work?
He looks like what's possible.
Yeah.
Like
that's fair to
I don't
ask.
know who that guy is. He's super jacked and he's 50 years old. But when I'm looking at him, I'm not getting any like steroidy vibes. I'm getting a really fit guy.
Yeah, that dude looks just like he's been at it for years and just staying real.
That's what I get when I look at that guy. That's all feasible and possible. Now, please,
mild
go
trap
to the Liver
at the best.
Please show me some preposterous Liver King physiology.
Oh, he has. Have you seen his apology?
No, I haven't. I want to watch it.
Yeah, dude, he's a compulsive liar. That's what I think.
I fucked up.
Yeah. I think he has.
I don't know if you guys are able.
I think this is probably why he wanted to come up there and settle the
his body, because his body is just so off the charts, ridiculously massive. That's okay, but
there's unflattering lighting. Without
yeah. I want to show some of him.
I think I got Joe Rogan
jacked and lifting because he's just.
I think Joe Rogan would kill him.
Gigantic.
Yeah, I think he'd fight.
So he did cover
the wear him down.
ab implants and etching again. He said no to both, even in his apology. Touches on it.
Is it? I mean, I guess it's possible. That stuff really does ignite your core, and if he's doing that all the time,
that's all natural, baby.
I'd imagine it's possible that those are real abs. But that was the question. Do you think those are real abs?
Yeah, personally, I think they're legitimate abs, and the etching thing I think is more of the controversial topic. Did he have some?
Or the question of whether or not that's real, or whether or not they're implants.
That's what I was leaning to. Is just like I feel like his overall body composition is pretty consistently represented. I don't think he has like I get that his.
Yeah, like look at him walking there.
Look at the belly too.
The argument is they don't change in. Like when he sits down or anything, the density of them and like the separation is so dramatic that it's got to be something.
Yeah.
And, you could never really say if it was well done, like what did or didn't happen. I don't think it's implants, though. That would be really obvious in my opinion. Well, granted, then it's like, well, if it's unnoticeable, would you even...
Right. Right. It's like plastic surgery. You only see the stuff that's not good.
Are you guys able to play the apology without it being copyrighted?
Sure.
Yeah, let's watch it. See, this is where look, common sense of anybody.
I don't know what like the Spotify
you understand that this guy's a compulsive liar.
I think Spotify can handle this.
Just an idiot, absolute idiot.
Yeah, if you put it on YouTube, I mean, to be honest, you're more than allowed to. Here it goes. Liver King confession.
This is probably why, dude.
What's up with the terrible sound? Is it a connection issue?
Maybe. Yeah.
Hey, look at
that's
the chat.
happened before. What is that?
I don't know.
Jamie, can you straighten that sound up, please?
A lot of people believed him, including the Bell brothers, Chris and Mark Bell. I'm like, well, how, guys? You do steroids.
Yeah.
How do you not look at that guy?
Do you think a steroid user could be like, yeah,
Mark
he's absolutely on
likes to think
steroids,
that
or
a lot
more
of
a
people-
non-steroid user?
Like he doesn't want to put a.
Definitely steroids.
Is it working? Or like a limitation on what's possible. Like he likes to believe that you could. And again, because
did you look at the chat?
Because I fucked up.
No, I haven't.
Because I'm embarrassed and ashamed.
Oh, shoot.
And I misled.
Yeah, but like we'll wrap it up. Tap it
I
up.
stated that this is a complicated as fuck topic, at least to me it is, because before social media, I was rich and anonymous.
Now, look at his face, though, there. Look at his face. See how, like, it doesn't look saggy there?
And I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as fuck to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong. And I'm here now to set the record straight.
Look how big he is. Just sitting there.
Yes.
Joe
I'm on
Rogan's
steroids. And yes, I'm on steroids. I'm a clinician. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4 80,000 people a day who kill themselves. The 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves are people are hurting at
Look, that's how you know somebody that's lying when they completely defer to something else.
Yeah, he sidesteps it, saying it's now he's saying it's okay to do it.
Feeling lost, weak, and submissive. So I made it my job to model, teach, and preach.
He did it for the hurting people. Come on, Derek.
The comments are not.
Now, look, let me just show you. Let's share this last one, and then we'll wrap this topic up. But I just wanted you to see the difference. If you just watch that, whatever you can tell from that. Now, look at his visual from this. I mean, does it not look like something's extremely wrong with this dude?
Yeah, he's in a jail suit.
No, but I'm just saying visual. Look at the bags under his eyes. Look at the like what he has right here. I don't need your.
Well, I bet you he has an ego. All right, first of all, he has an ego. That's the reason why it's a alter ego called the Liver King. All right, and I honestly believe that it affected him because he's probably manipulated this all his life, or since he's been a businessman, that Joe Rogan and some of these other people have called him out, and it has affected him because they got the win. You know, he's losing money. If he would have never lost any kind of money over this, or it affected his business side, I don't think he would be holding on to it that as much as he is, because now this guy went canine on people, or primitive. Yeah.
Well, and as you hear, that's my thing though. Is like you have compulsive liars and people that are literally seeking just attention, money, whatever it could be. If you just watch the apology, like bro, you totally got into the apology and flipped it to you. Yeah. You didn't tell us and just say you're sorry. Okay. You justified. The only reason why I did this is because you justified.
Bro, he's not actually apologizing. He's like telling us why. He's just trying to get out of it.
Why he utilized it. Yeah.
And the only thing he has left, that's why I think he's going to try to fight Joe Rogan, is because the only thing he has left is his social media presence. And that's how he generates his money. Now, you can go and look up all like what he's bought. Like, I mean, the dude has bought so much stuff. Like, has like the enclosed side by sides. Like, has his mansion. He even put like 2 angel wing like metal. I don't even know what it is at his gate. Like, he literally has that at his ranch gate. I mean, it probably costs $100,000 for that.
Do you think that it's affecting him in the long run? Like, he's going to have to sell some of the stuff, liquidate some of these assets. I think the guy is a pretty smart businessman. I mean, he has a master's or PhD. His wife has a PhD or something like that. They're not dumb people. So I think he's probably has investments other places.
I think he's an idiot.
Well, yeah. But I'm not. Look, I think he did it wrong. We can all agree on that. But I don't think he's a dumb man.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
I think he took advantage of dumb people, which made him look dumb to a lot of people. But he's probably really smart. He figured out, like, how can I manipulate a bunch of retards?
Yep.
Which I don't think he's.
Well, what I'm saying is, I think he's a smart idiot, because if you listen to his listen to his videos, he was like, "All right, guys, we're here to study the 9 ancestral tenets today, and what are we doing? We're planting our feet on Mother Earth, the grass that grows from the soil within." Getting the sun all over our teeth that provides vitamin D to rebuild the bones inside our mouth structure. And you're like, dang, that sounds smart. But you're like, bro, you're just spitting it. Like, you're just saying a bunch of stuff off
testicles, bud.
You're just saying, you're just saying a bunch of stuff.
Where's the burritos?
All I'm saying is, if Liver King comes to my front door to fight me over the 9 ancestral tenets, I'm going to shoot him. And that's that. He can go meet his ancestors.
Well, the fact that he took time to drive down there to Houston?
Bro, he made like 27 videos. He went live nonstop for like 4 days, and then they arrested him. And then he's like, well, I think we're leaving Austin now. And he kept referring to Joe Rogan as Seth Rogen, because I guess he couldn't legally say his name. He was like, I'm not going to go to anywhere that Seth Rogen is, so if you know of a place, just make sure you keep me and my family 200 yards. I think Joe Rogan would kill him, to be honest with you.
I don't think it would go very far, no. But hey,
Joe
I mean,
Rogan's bodyguards would take care of him.
Well, let's be honest with you. For if not that though, but if you know a guy that does jiu-jitsu, I don't care if you're 250 pounds of jack muscle, you can be fighting a guy that's 150 pounds of just lean, nothing but, and he will choke you out. That's just the beauty of jiu-jitsu. They know the ways.
But I've seen a lot of who's the guy goes on Joe Rogan podcast? He's a ex Navy SEAL, Jocko.
Jocko, yeah.
And they're like, Jocko, what's the best way? Like the best defense in a fight? And he's like, run, just get away. You don't have if you don't have to fight, then you don't have to fight. I guarantee Joe Rogan has heard that, and as soon as he heard he had a threat coming out for him. Whenever we're in Call of Duty and we go, they're hunting you, Jason. What do they call that?
3 bars. You're red, brother.
Joe picks up the phone and goes, "Hey, can I get 6 retired Navy SEALs to come? Watch out my house. I'll pay you $20,000." It's nothing for him, and then he sleeps like a baby at night. I guarantee he had people following him around for like a week or two, and then after that whole shit happened, he's like, "Okay, it seems like he got arrested. Now I only need like 2 of y'all, and after a month, I won't need you." I guarantee Joe Rogan would never fight the Liver King ever. He would have somebody mitigated, some bodyguard stop him. He wouldn't even have to fucking think about it.
It's not even, but it doesn't do nothing for Joe Rogan, but hurt him. Like it doesn't help.
Yeah, he can only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know we don't have a lot of time. At least I don't have a lot of time. Can I play this Will Smith?
Absolutely.
Jason, have you seen Will Smith? He's talking shit about Chris Rock now in a rap.
Well, yeah, because he's another one on the fritz.
Yeah, what an idiot. Okay, so I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but yeah.
Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony. When it comes to promoting his latest album based on a true story, Will Smith has not let his foot off the gas. The album was released earlier this year to mix.
Are surrounded by a bunch of idiots that don't tell them honest answers. Like, yeah, Liver King, you need to go fight Joe Rogan. In the background, like, oh my god.
Yeah, they're surrounded by yes men.
Yes, until you need to put people around you that truly have value in your life instead of just saying, "No, I want a paycheck. I need to be on this tit for a while." So. And I think Will Smith
isn't letting the lukewarm reception get to him.
So is this like a freestyle or is this actual written
on the road and over 24 performances that will take place in Morocco, England.
So that's not what I was looking for. Let me just look up on you. It says it's a freestyle, but dude, it sounds written out. Let's see, Will Smith, Chris Rock diss.
And you're typing. You sound like you've hit Ainsworth a couple of times. You're typing with 5 fingers.
Back in the day, it was 40 words a minute. I mean, that sounds 60.
I used to practice. No, I've been up to like 100. Let's see.
100.
I wonder if this is.
Now these kids have this voice chat. Like, hey, just write down the was and yep, make it AI. Do the AI spell check. Boom.
Dude, AI is gonna ruin a lot of stuff.
Oh my god, they don't even have to type anymore.
Are y'all watching or no?
No. We can watch. Let's go.
Oh, here it is. We're on it.
All right,
now.
I got you on screen, live screen. Go ahead, rewind or whatever.
Type of man to move in malicious ways, and I am too grown to play childish games. But if you talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage.
That is retarded.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is disrespect from Will Smith on another level. This is similar to Drake performing Not Like Us at a stadium in Toronto. This is the ultimate level of disrespect.
Man to move in malicious ways, and I am too grown to play childish games. But if you talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage. Jokers dish it out, cry foul when it's time to take it. City full of real ones, wasn't raised to fake it. Jill to Meek Mill to the roots, it's all greatness. Global status from my Philly foundation. Perfect. I am a trailblazer. I'ma tell my own story. I am the narrator. I'ma rip the snakes out the grass. I'm a landscaper. I'ma go to heaven even though I'm a hellraiser. I am the illest. Yes, sir! I am the illest.
All right, well, so I think that's extremely childish. Anytime you open hand smack a guy, that's disrespectful. But I would never open hand smack a guy. I'm gonna ball my fist up and clock him, and I'm gonna finish business when I'm up there. I'm not just gonna pow and just walk off stage like I'm King him, And then you're gonna rebuttal. First of all, you already rebuttal with an apology. Now you're gonna double it back down and say, no, I had a right to slap you because my wife is absolutely what crazy, and has probably slept with multiple men, and actually she did sleep with multiple men. She slept with her son's friend, and just said it was a midlife crisis, and she was trying to find who she was. I think he's retarded. I think that's a stupid look for him. And to bring that back up, look, it tarnished his reputation enough, but to bring it back up does no good for Will Smith. Like, Will Smith is him in the acting community. Just go out like that. As far as the freestyle can go, I didn't even know he could freestyle that good, But anyways, bad look for him. I don't like it. Go ahead, Jason. What do you think about him talking about going up there and justifying why he smacked somebody?
No, I agree with you guys. I think it's all a pony show. He must be on the outs too, and he feels a certain way, and that's fine. I mean, you can express yourself, but just know that you're going to be judged by expressing yourself by us commenting about it. Am I right? So, I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. I don't.
Well, Smee, we'll wrap it up like this, Smee. What's your closing arguments on that topic? Since you had the video, what do you think about that? What do you think that does for Will Smith's reputation? Although not a lot of people are going to see it, of course, probably the millennials and anybody younger than that. But what do you think about that, sir?
Well, he's done some stuff since the whole slap, and like Bad Boys 3 or whatever it was, and dude, after that slap, I just can't think about Will Smith the same. But I was thinking maybe as time goes on, will I, kind of get over it? But now he's bringing it back up. What an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, we all kind of we hadn't forgotten about it, but we weren't so pissed. Like, no one is on his side unless they're mentally ill. And now he's going back, like you said. Come on. You already apologized. Why are you going back?
Do you think a man respects another man for open hand slapping another man?
I don't know if that really matters that much. I mean, I get it. He was talking
Smee, come on, brother. If you said, bro, I'm about to go lay this dude out, and you slapped him, I would be like,
oh, no, yeah, no, I get it. But
don't even say you hit that man. You went and slapped him like a female. Don't even say you went and settled business.
I mean, it's a big thing now, slap fest.
Maybe they should put Will Smith in a slap.
That's unbelievable.
Some bitches getting knocked out.
I do. With a slap?
Cool.
Yeah, with a slap.
Yeah, well, we're not saying males, because males lock that fist up and punch tight like Charles Oliveira got knocked out last night. Don't know if you've seen that. Anyways, well, look, we're going to wrap this one up. It's been 1:17. We've went over what we're usually over. I'm sure Jason's not up for the research tonight because, he had a long night last night, as did we all. Smee needs to go comfort his wife because God bless her in her endeavors on going back to work. Hopefully she gets a pay raise, maybe a promotion, whatever comes with that. But anyways,
I wish.
To wrap this up, Peach&Smee show. This is episode 7. Probably be on not next week, but the next, because we, just chilling. Next week, maybe, 4th of July week. That's a big weekend. God bless those 1976 people that. Set this all right for us. God bless.
1776.
Did I say 1976? 1776.
I know. I was like, wait, what?
1976, man. Heck of a year, dude. They were blazing at the time. 1776. It's all right. Anyways, Peach&Smee. Next time you'll catch us, Smee, go tell your wife you love her. Slappy, don't change nothing about the mustache. It's all working right for you. Other than that, boys, have a good week. If you're watching us, don't remember to like and share our page on Facebook if you haven't already. Go ahead and like us on YouTube. Subscribe to that and see some reels over the next couple weeks, boys. It's been real.
All right, boys.
I love you greatly. You are my best friends, and that's why we gel. God bless you. Right. Until next time, Peach&Smee.
Bye.
In the South, Jay. Go ahead and give your last.
Hey, thanks for showing up. God bless those kids. Amen.
Amen. Don't get slapped. It's a crazy world out there. God bless you.
Don't get slapped. Don't get Will Smith.
Yeah. Liver failure.